Hey guys, it is TJS Master here, and today I'm bringing you another Black Ops 2 multiplayer video, and this is specifically for you quick scopers, because I'm going to be talking about the Ballistic CPU and how it does affect quick scoping, and how it makes it easier for you to quick scope. But basically, let's get into it. Everyone knows that the Ballistic CPU cuts down on idle sway. It is unlocked at level 3 for all sniper rifles, and it is a sniper rifle exclusive attachment, which means it can only be used on sniper rifles. So that's just basic stuff everybody should know. And if you didn't know, see that little indicator in the right of the Ballistic CPU? See how it keeps changing numbers the more I move? Well, there's this big formula, which I don't know, but you can apparently find how many meters you are away from a person by using this formula. So you guys can do research on that by yourself if you want to. We're not here to talk about that today. But the Ballistic CPU reduces idle sway. So what I was thinking was that I've seen a lot of YouTube videos saying that, oh, the Ballistic CPU doesn't, or it does affect quick scoping. Well, the way I see it is that let's say there's this big circle of idle sway that you have, and that's a big circle of idle sway that can be used to miss your target while you're quick scoping. Since, like, say you quick scope and your gun is all the way to the far right of the person because of your idle sway is kicking in. So basically, if you use the Ballistic CPU, that would cut that down, and that might give you that target you need to hit, because of the fact that, I mean, if it reduces the idle sway, that means it will reduce all of it, which means it makes a circle smaller to which you can hit your target or something. So basically, the Ballistic CPU cuts down on it, and it makes it easier because of the fact that it makes the quick scoping idle sway circle that you get when you use the sniper rifle, all that idle sway is reduced, which means that big area in which you can miss with the Ballistic CPU with the sniper rifle while you're quick scoping, if you use the Ballistic CPU, it's gone. So that means it makes your target easier to hit as long as you're accurate with it. But if you're not, you just might want to hold down your breath or something. But basically, in a nutshell, it cuts it down by reducing how much idle sway you have, and that big circle of idle sway gets cut down to where you can actually hit your opponent if you need to. So that is a really big benefit about the Ballistic CPU. I don't know if that made any sense or not. Tell me in the comment section below if you understood it. But basically, it does. No need to worry about it. It does help you quick scope because it makes easier targets. It makes targets easier to hit. But I'm going to talk about sniping in Call of Duty for a minute. Everybody has this big misconception that when you're quick scoping, the only thing you can do is you can only either quick scope or you can only hard scope, and you can't use your secondaries or tactical or lethal. And I think that is wrong. But basically, I mean, that's what they do in real life. I mean, if they wanted to use a sniper rifle, they're not going to use a sniper rifle at extremely close range. They're going to try to use something else. And I mean, that's just the way it is. Everybody knows that. I mean, unless you're a really good quick scoper, or you did what I just did right there and just literally barrel stuff the dude, you're not going to be able to do very good at close range. So that's why I use that's why I always run secondaries on my sniper rifles. It's because I know I'm not the best quick scoper in the world. I bet most of you aren't either. So I mean, the reason for that is because this way, if you miss that first shot, you have something to fall back on instead of dying trying to prove, oh, look, I can quick scope this dude. And I don't know how I didn't see him right there, but snuck up behind me and got me. But basically, another thing is that hard scoping. Hard scoping is the way they do it in real life. And I know the way most people like it realistic, but I mean, I think that was Infinity Ward's biggest problem, is that they tried to make everything too realistic. And basically, that's not how it turned out, and that's why I thought Modern Warfare 3 was really bad, is because it was just too realistic. And people demanded that, but you have to have a fine line between realistic and fictional. And I think that hard scoping and quick scoping actually fit that bill very nicely. Because, I mean, if you just want to goof off, or you just want to, just run around, you can quick scope. Or if you want to stay in the back of the map and do it like they do it in real life, that's what you can do. Or you can do what I normally do, and you can do both. As you can see right here, I'm perched up in this window, so nobody can hit me, and wall bang me a little bit more, why don't you? But basically, basically, sniping in Call of Duty doesn't have to be one or the other. It can be either, and you don't have to use your sniper rifle all the time. I use my C4 plenty of times whenever somebody runs around the corner or somebody's trying to kill me and I don't want to pull out my secondaries. I just throw my C4 and my concussion, and I mean, I can hit the person. I mean, it's not really that hard to do, but people have this big misconception that that's all you can do in Call of Duty, is you can either hard scope in the back of the map with a dual band sight, or you can just run around and quick scope. And I don't do either one of them whole particularly a lot. I like to do both because it's fun for me, and it should be fun for some of you too to quick scope and sit in the back of the map and grandpa faggot snipe, as most people like to throw around that word. But that's the way it is. It doesn't have to be one way or the other, and people always assume that. And if you sit there, and granted, it does get annoying seeing somebody in the back of the map with a dual band sight sniping you every time you walk around the corner, but that's part of the game. If you don't want that to happen, don't walk in the freaking direction that he's sniping. Go around or something. I mean, it's not really rocket science, but I mean, people always like to get mad at people who like to play the game realistically. And, you know, I mean, I understand that this is a video game and that it's not supposed to be that realistic, but I mean, people, I don't understand this. People don't want to make up their mind. They want realistic, and then they don't want realistic, because too realistic makes the game unfun. But that's the way it is, and it doesn't have to be one or the other. You can do both. Like, see, I'm doing that right there, and I run around quickscope sometimes, and that really got me right there. I don't understand how he hit me, but whatever. So basically, you don't need to do one or the other. I mean, you can do both. That's what makes this game fun for me, is that I don't do the same old thing over and over. If I want a hard scope in the back of the map, I'll use a dual band. If I want a quick scope, I'll use a ballistic CPU. But either way, it doesn't have to be one or the other. Sniping in Call of Duty has become this really, really long thing to where if you don't do it one way, you're bad. But basically, you guys don't have to do one or the other. You guys can do whatever you want to, and as long as it's fun for you, that's fine. That's the point of Call of Duty. But I'm sorry this video took so long, but like I said, Ballistic CPU does help quickscoping. It makes your target easier to hit, and just play your own way. You don't have to play the way other people make you play in Call of Duty. Just remember to have fun and snipe the way you want to snipe. I'm out.